1-800 Call Sam Studios. I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
The following is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, the panel, Alex Nafusi, Harry Glantz. Good morning.
We got the panel.
I'm
What's
in the best
up?
mood today, man. I got to tell you.
You are?
It's great.
I don't know. I woke up. It was one of those wake-ups where you get up and you're like, there's no delay in waking up. You're just like, let's rock and roll.
I knew you were going to have a good day today because all week long you were in a fine mood. All week long you were jovial. You had pep in your step. What's going on with you, bro?
My problem is, and I'll tell all listeners everything, is I can't take a file is file 1, 2, 3, 4 and separate it. Every file is Harry Glantz, Harvey Freed. Everyone, I get attached to, and I can't. If it's not going the right way and it's not closing and going in a smooth fashion, I get all flipped out.
Well, you were superb this week, I might add.
Well, thanks, man.
A lot of stuff going on at the office, and I might add that things are hopping right now. I mean, look, we just heard Tigers are in first place. They're playing well. It's the All-Star break,
and we're back.
It's beautiful outside. We're back. We took a week off last weekend for the holiday.
You know, it was sort of the halfway point between summer and home buying season, so that's what we wanted to get after. 248-539-9797. We want to hear from you guys all about mortgages and real estate. Again, the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We're open all day. 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's easy enough. 1-800-569-7283. If you want to call and get an approval letter, we've got lots to go over.
Well, what's fun about our business when there's a lot of action, there's a lot of people buying. Well, yeah, I know that. Our work family. What's fun about our business when people are excited about buying homes, when the market is hot and there's a lot of activity, and there's still a plethora of activity.
This is how honest I am. First of all, I agree 100%. I went to my parents' house the other day, I think on Tuesday, and just driving up there, there were 1,000 houses for sale. And I think, unfortunately, the way the market's going is...
You're talking about up north or where?
No, not... Well, I said
locally.
From 12 mile to 18 miles.
No.
To me, I don't drive any... I live my whole life is like a 4-mile radius. But anyways, going up there... But there's 1,000 houses for sale, and I think, unfortunately, the way the market's going is a lot of people are saying, well, the market's up, I'm going to list my house, and if someone's going to buy it, they're going to buy it. That's great. We'll list it for $500,000. If they want to pay it, we'll do it, which is fine. That's cool, but you have to have a place to go. And obviously, our firm stays in business by writing mortgages and closing mortgages. You have to really think like your next move, though. I mean, you can't just sell your house.
Right. Selling it's not going to be a problem necessarily.
Yeah,
right.
You can sell your house, of course, but what are you going to do? I mean, guys, it's low key. It's laid back. Like, don't worry about what your house is worth, what you can sell it for. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it while it's here. We had such a rough ride through 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just, guys, it's a good thing now.
Well, it's a lifestyle move, and we talk about it all the time. And what you're buying is, remember, you're buying a school district. You're buying a neighborhood. Okay, you're buying 10, 15, 20, 30 years into the future, and you're living a lifestyle, and that's where you're going to raise your family, and people cannot lose sight of that.
The housing scorecard is actually it's sort of our top story. The highlight of June edition of the Obama administration housing scorecard. New home purchasers surged by 18.6% in May, the highest level since May of 2008. We all know that. Indications that we're rebounding from a severe weather-induced comb over the past winter. That's basically what that amounted to.
Well, that's what happened in the first quarter. We talked about that. Business was down in the first quarter. Home sales were down in the first quarter. The good news is interest rates are still way down.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. They remain good over the last years. Obviously, the housing scorecard offers a recap. That's what I'm just going to summarize that, gentlemen. Summarizing statistics of new construction sales, defaults from major sources like CoreLogic, National Association of Realtors, all these other great sources. Things are great here in Southeast Michigan. Again, Alex, I've noticed it too. A lot more signs are up. Are they realistic? People want to see how fast they're going to sell their house. The answer has been pretty quickly. If you're in any of these top cities, the agents all are fighting over your listings.
Yes, if it's priced the right way, and I kind of wish Davinsky would have come on today from Scout Real Estate, because I think a lot of people get it in their head that they can just throw their house up and it's going to sell in 2 seconds. And you really, it's unfortunate that there's realtors out there that are they're telling people, yeah, we'll list it for $50,000 more than it's worth, because it's just you're just jamming up the market.
But we understand that's how people get their business. But the counties that are tremendously successful right now, Macomb County is on fire. We've been talking about Macomb County now
for months.
For the last year and a half, we've been talking about Macomb County. Macomb County is extremely hot right now, especially the northeastern part of Macomb County. All right. Oakland County, we talk about the Woodward Corridor. Again, we drive the Woodward Corridor almost every weekend. Look at the neighborhoods. You know, I was driving through Berkeley the other day, and Berkeley's hot. I mean, Berkeley's come way, way back. It is a hot area all along the Woodward Corridor from Ferndale all the way up through Bloomfield Hills. You drive the neighborhoods, you see for sale signs, okay, Alex? But honestly, we did an open house for a realtor in Birmingham in Bloomfield Hills, and, we do loans all over the city, country.
Was there a lot of action for that?
There's a lot of action. I mean, people were walking through this $1.9 million house like it was going on out of style.
Dude, is that the one we went to with?
No, it was a different one. So, but there's still a lot of activity in every.
How about that crib?
Yeah, well, in every conceivable price range. Okay, so there are buyers out there. The market is active, but like we said, you got to find a house that fits your lifestyle because it's a lifestyle move. You're not living in a house for a year or two. That just doesn't work.
All right, let's come out and say it. 248-539-9797. We take your calls. Again, if you're out there going to be looking at selling your house, make sure you sit down and have a plan together quickly because it's all about what you're going to be buying, how you're going to approach that. It's all about the process, the approach, the education, the knowledge, and those documents. You got to get your ducks in a row.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so when people call and say, how much house can I afford? And I say, well, I don't know. How much house can you afford? I mean, you can afford, whatever you want. What the computer says and what you can get approved for is totally different than what you like. I mean, Stacey and I, we go on vacation, we play a ton of golf, and I'm not a huge house guy. I don't want that responsibility. I mean, I don't want that.
Again, it's the lifestyle move.
Yeah,
also, we still have to be cognizant of appraised values, right?
Oh, boy.
Appraised values. Different than
I have a whole
what a house sells for. Yeah, you're prepared for that today. I think we still need to talk about it because I look at it as our job is we're advisors. Okay, we help people out, we answer questions, we put people in a position to succeed because we want you to make your house payment. That's it. It's not a situation where I don't want you to make your house payment and looking to qualify you for the max mortgage amount. Those days are gone. Anybody that you sit down with that just says, I'm going to qualify you for the max mortgage amount. No, with us, it's the other way.
You don't need that, man.
The other way is, hey, listen, what kind of payment do you want to stick with? Yeah. What's comfortable for you? Because, like you said, and like the show previous, he's talking about, he was talking about, Dan Leach was talking about, is water a right? Is it an inherent right? Well, guess what? When you buy a house, there's water bills, there's electric bills, there's tax bills, you want to buy furniture.
There might be some assessments coming up also.
Exactly. There's
stuff.
other things that go along with a house payment that you need to keep up. So you don't want to qualify for a max mortgage amount. You want to qualify for everything involved, and that's how we qualify you to get you approved.
Well, it's pretty important stuff to sit down with a qualified mortgage representative, that's for sure. Make sure they're licensed in the state you're trying to get the mortgage from. 248-539-9797. Welcome back. We want to take all your calls here on the show, and obviously we take your calls at the office all week long. July 12th, 2014, beautiful day to look at homes, get that approval letter in hand, and as we talk about this process, we'll talk a little bit further in the show about the documentation that's required and getting your ducks in a row. Again, some self-employed people that are getting back into the market, they got to make sure they've got their tax returns done. And there's a lot of other things that are involved.
So, Harvey, you hit upon it, and you're talking about setting up your team, right? You got to set up your team. Sure. So you have your accountant that's going to get you, or your tax preparer, bookkeeper, whoever does your taxes. You have that person in your corner. You get a qualified realtor, and I like to go with experience, all right? So you get an experienced realtor that knows that market, that knows the neighborhoods that you're going to go into. You get your experienced mortgage person. I'm not talking about 18 months of experience. I mean, I'm talking about people that have 20, 25 years in this area in the mortgage business, all right? You have your attorney, if you need the attorney to look over the documents, an experienced real estate attorney, okay? A divorce lawyer is not the one to go to look at your real estate documents. I hate to tell you that.
Well, I can say that,
and I can say that.
You love attorneys.
That's what I do.
Do we have time to take a call? I think so. Yeah. Let's go to a break. We'll come right back to our calls. We've got some open lines. 248-539-9797. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We'll be right back.
Spas, Hot Tub Swim Spas. Save thousands at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa sale now. Millions of dollars in inventory must be sold. Brand new hot tub slashed. See the amazing Michael Phelps Swim Spa. Free admission at the Suburban Collection Showplace in Nova. Call 1-800-SPA-SALE. That's 1-800-SPA-SALE.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Hi, I'm David Leone for American Home Shield. When a major home system or appliance breaks down, that can blow a hole in anybody's budget. Just think, hundreds of dollars just to repair a refrigerator, hundreds for plumbing. Replace an air conditioner? That can cost thousands. Sooner or later, it's going to happen, and probably when you're least prepared. But right now, over 1 million homeowners are doing something about it with a home protection plan from American Home Shield. A home protection plan helps protect your wallet against unexpected covered appliance and system repairs, and no one protects like American Home Shield. Our home protection plan covers 21 major systems and appliances: air conditioner, furnace, water heater, washer, refrigerator, dryer, range, oven, and more. Service requests are subject to a service fee for each trade called. Some exclusions and limitations apply. Call today and get free information, including terms, rates, and coverage for a home protection plan. That's valuable free information at 1-800-300-1433. 1-800-300-1433. 1-800-300-1433.
It's the Ram Summer Clearance Event. And with Ram 1500's best highway fuel economy of any pickup, 28 MPG, and a 9,200-pound towing capacity, you can get anywhere and take along everything, from quad runners to a whole campsite. And if you're looking to face down a mountain with miles of rough trail between you and it, don't sweat it. After all, it's the first truck to ever win back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards. And Ram 1500 is now available with SiriusXM. Get a great deal at the Ram Summer Clearance Event. Well-qualified employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Ram 1500 Express Crew Cab 4x4 with a V8 gas engine for $254 a month for 24 months with $254 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. Based on all pickup classes. EPA estimated 28 MPG highway based on available EcoDiesel V6 4x2. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for lease details. Requires dealer contribution to lease through Chrysler Capital. 25-cent charge for each mile over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/4.
Imagine a world where pocket protectors are considered cool.
Talk about your chick magnets.
Where women admire brains over brawn.
That's the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me that I didn't understand.
Where The Big Bang Theory is on 5 nights a week.
Bazinga!
And that's pretty damn cool. The Big Bang Theory, 5 nights a week.
Watch weeknights at 7 and 10 on CW50.
97.1 The Ticket is proud to welcome Capital Mortgage Funding as a partner in the Student Heart Check program. This year, a portion of the proceeds of every mortgage through Capital Mortgage Funding will be donated to 97.1 The Ticket's Student Heart Check Fund. So when you're considering where to get your next mortgage, please consider Capital Mortgage Funding. You may just be helping to save a life. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. NMLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Macy's one-day sale Saturday. The amazing deals of the day storm-wide. Take an extra 50% off clearance sportswear for her from Alfani, Charter Club, and more. Save 75% on clearance dress shirts and ties. Take 30 to 50% plus an extra 25% off fine jewelry. Clearance shoes for her, now 75% off. And all sale bed and bath. Buy one, get the second for an extra 50% off. Macy's one-day sale. Don't miss it. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley is the place to be for everything sports. Catch World Cup action, including the final game Sunday at 4 p.m. Every seat is a good seat at 24 Seconds. Bottles of Blue and Blue Light just $2.50 during all Detroit baseball games. 24 Seconds in Berkeley. 24secondsbar.com.
We never miss the Extra Point. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We also take those emails, mortgage.show at lowrateonline.com. Always live in the studio, 248-539-9797. You know the number. We have open lines. Let's go to Mike in Farmington Hills. Good morning, Mike. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, guys. My question was, right now I'm currently in a land contract. It's a 10-year land contract. My interest rate is 7%. But I wanted to move out of the land contract into a conventional mortgage, and I was trying to find out what steps I need to take.
Is the land contract recorded with the county?
Yes.
So it's a refinance is really all it is. We can pay that off. What's the balance on the land contract, sir?
I believe it's about 105.
And what's the house worth?
The last time it was appraised, the appraised value was about 147.
So you got Mike, you got plenty of equity, man. No worries about that. Why did you do a land contract in the first place? Is there a foreclosure, bankruptcy? What's going on?
I had a foreclosure. I had some medical issues, and I ended up losing my home.
And how long?
5 or 6 years ago.
So if you're 5 or 6 years out of a foreclosure or a short sale, I mean, you can definitely refinance that and pay it off. It's a regular old deal. I mean, I got to look at your credit and see what the scoop is with that. But I mean, it's definitely, a pretty straightforward transaction.
Okay, great.
I mean, let me call for the show. I need some more information about it. But I mean, it sounds like a pretty straight up deal, unless I'm missing something major. Is anything else going on that I'm missing?
No.
Credit's good. Everything.
Credit's
Job
good. You got a
history's
job.
good. Income's good.
Right.
My credit might be an issue. I've been clearing it up, but it might be a small issue. I don't think it's a major issue.
Well, we'll take a look at it. Have you made all your land contract payments on time?
Oh yeah.
All right, so Mike, here's the scoop. I'll call you after the show. I'll run your credit. Even if it's a little dinged up, I have some great software I can run your credit report through. It'll tell us what you have to pay off or pay down and the impact it'll have on your credit scores. So, we're gonna date for a while. So we'll figure it out, man.
All right, sounds like some savings coming your way. Thanks for the call, Mike.
See you, man.
So here's the deal. So the history on land contracts since 2008, as we know, in 2008 things started to get rough. So people, they in our terms, they bailed on their houses, they went and bought other houses, and they went land contracts. So now, those things are out of their life. Maybe the short sales, maybe the bankruptcies, maybe things like that are out of their life, but they bought a house on a land contract. Well, all a land contract is the seller of the house, seller financed that house.
It's no big deal.
So it's not a real big deal. So don't get afraid about refinancing a land contract.
No, definitely. The seller's looking to get paid out of that, and usually those interest rates they're paying are 6, 7, 8%. And a lot of times you can even go FHA and pull some cash out of the house. So there's a lot of things you can do to benefit yourself. Again, there's been a lot of action. It segues right into refinancing, debt consolidation, paying off land contracts, lowering your term. Everything is in place still with more equity out there.
And with the property appreciation that's happened in the last 2.5, 3 years, he should be in good shape.
248-539-9797. We definitely have open lines. Looking forward to hearing from you today. Purchasing a house, the home buying process in 2014. It's different. It's been definitely taking shape throughout the year. And here in Southeast Michigan is what we're experiencing. A lot of this is going on across the country is a lack of inventory out there. Of course, the bright spot's been the low interest rates, keeping things affordable. It's definitely less money to own a house than to rent, and so many great things are happening. I had some young buyers just get approved this week. They'll be closing on Friday. I mean, young buyers that are in apartments, folks, you can do it. They only saved, I want to say $3,000 or $4,000 they saved up. A little bit of a seller's concessions, a little bit of a gift from mom and dad. They're a homeowner in a gorgeous house. The house actually appraised for more than they purchased it for. So a lot of great opportunities out there.
One of the companies that we do a lot of business with is Sky Real Estate right in downtown Royal Oak. And I spend some afternoons there. I'll spend a Thursday afternoon for afternoon. And we'll just, it's just the foot traffic. It's right at 6 in Washington. And like you said, Harvey, a lot of these young cats walk in and they're like, hey, I want to rent and I want to spend $1,200. And I'm like, dude, you can buy a house for $180,000. Your payments $1,200, $1,300.
A really nice house, yeah.
And I think it's such a better way to go. And I think right now, obviously the market is hot right now, but I like to see people, buying a house and getting something for them and for their family that they can pay off and call theirs.
248-539-9797. Great call, Alex. But, a lot of the millennials, and we keep going back to these different age groups because that's what's going on right now. It's sort of a breakdown of what we're doing in the mortgage and real estate industry. A complete breakdown. It's trying to figure out who's buying the homes and how to forecast what's going to go on in the housing market. A lot of the high student debt is scared off the millennials, this group born between 1980 and 2000. Also, a lot of other things.
1980, that's a millennial?
I don't know. I think that's the stretch of it. But as we've talked about this younger age group out there purchasing homes in their young 20s up to 30 years old, they were scared away. They were definitely scared away from some things in the past.
I got to switch it up for 1 second. I'm sorry. I got to change the subject. Usually you're the guy that takes the beating during the week. I got to say, I got to get it off my chest. I had a complaint this week.
What?
I had a complaint.
What?
I had a realtor. I'm getting off my chest right now. Harry's the co-founder. Harvey and I are vice presidents. Harry is my boss. For the first, I haven't said call Harry in 10 years to anybody.
What was it?
I had a realtor complaint, man. She went. It
was great.
It was. she was looking for a fight, and I said, you know what?
Who was it?
Ma'am, I said, my boss is Harry Glantz. I said, here's this.
Too much. You want to go off the air with this or not?
No. It's not. I mean, it wasn't bad, babe. She was Captain Insano. But I said, listen, I'm not going to go down this road with you. It's the email back and forth. It's like we have this rule. If it takes more than 2 or 3 emails,
forget about
call me. Stop
so
going back.
Alex
and
did
forth.
the right thing. He had a situation that went on, but his buyer was fine. Everybody was fine in the transaction, but. Somebody wanted to get something off their chest, so Alex did the right thing. He suggested they call me. We talked it out, and the loan's closing on Monday.
Yeah,
so,
these
had an episode.
She's complaining that it's closing Monday. Harv, here's the thing. She wants to know why to explain to her sellers
why it took 2 more days.
It took 2 more days.
Right.
And I said, I don't know. This is the same realtor, Harv, that she had the FHA addendum. She wouldn't sign it because the realtor on the other side of the deal owed her $200 on a different transaction.
Oh, yeah.
So
my God.
So what does that have to do with what we're talking
She's
about?
holding up the entire deal.
I'm going to tell you what happens to do with what they're talking about. Harvey is right. Millennials are ranged from the 1980s to the early 2000s. That's the millennial. He's right on that. And number 2 is that the student debt thing right now is preventing a lot of people from going ahead and buying houses because they're coming out. Now, this is an average. They're coming out with an average of somewhere between, $50,000 and $70,000.
It's a crazy amount.
So now, you ready? If you go to grad school, if you happen to go to, master's program, law school, med school, it's in the 6 figures, over $100,000. And then, God forbid, you want to be a dentist or a doctor, you're coming out with over $200,000. It's it's about $174,000 average in student debt.
Dude, my sister's an attorney. My wife's a doctor. In the student loans, I mean, it's seriously ridiculous. It's unbelievable.
But we got a lot to share with you. This show might even end up talking about our softball team, which has some interesting things going on.
Oh, boy.
248-539-9797. Let's try Mike out in Inlay City. Good morning, Mike. You're live on the ticket.
Hey, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Hi, Mike. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right. Just got off work and heard the show, and I've been trying to refinance my house. I got a manufactured home. It's a Boca code on 10 acres of private property, full basement, and the garage attached and a sunroom attached. And I'm having a hard time finding a mortgage company that wants to refinance me.
So it's on a permanent foundation, correct?
Yes, it is. It's welded right down to it.
That's it. I mean, that shouldn't be an issue. That's a regular old deal. I mean, there's no axles, there's no VIN number, right? It's all on the ground.
The axles that have been removed and the tongue and
hold on,
been welded to the
time out. The axles have been removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Mike, that's the issue, dude. It's really. When you have axles on there, and if there's a VIN number on there someplace, it really becomes like an auto loan, and that's going to be your biggest issue. It says you're calling from Imlay City. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is there a small local bank up there that might specialize in something like those loans?
Well, that's right. I've been, online doing it with, and I got a million people calling me. I didn't stop uptown there and check with my credit union or that, but.
Yeah, I think a credit union might be a good start for you, or a community bank in Imlay City. But a credit union is a good place to start for that type of loan.
Yeah, it just seems kind of odd, because it's a nice house and everything. It's not like I can move it.
Right. Here's the thing: our firm can't do it for you, but let me call for the show. I'll help you find the right bank to deal with to get that refinanced for you. Cool.
Thanks for the call, Mike.
Thanks,
Did I lose you?
No, you're fine, man.
Call me.
I'll call you for the show. I promise, buddy. No worries.
All right. Thank you very much.
No worries.
We've got open lines, 248-539-9797. If you'd like to join us, tell us about your refinance or your mortgage situation. You got to get an approval letter in hand. What we were talking about earlier is trying to sort of distinguish who's going to be the up-and-coming buyers. There's been a decrease in first-time home buyers. It's been dwindling from 40% down to 27% recently, says the National Association of Realtors. What else? The recession had a role in it. I mean, the jobs and the income and the student debt. We talk about tighter credit, Harry. The QE, all the changes that we made recently, which really didn't work out as they realized quickly.
Well, so many changes happened in the mortgage industry from 2008 on, and every day we were getting notices. But you know what, to me, it's all for the better. I mean, if you always operated at a high level and you followed the rules, it didn't affect us. Because when you're talking about the CFPB that came in, and they're the governing body now over the mortgage industry, and when you say you have to set a borrower up for success, okay, to me that's like, why didn't you do that in the first place?
That's nothing.
Yeah, right.
Nothing
I mean, we didn't do subprime loans. That whole industry was a debacle. And there were just a lot of things. It was a perfect storm that happened in 2007, 2008, 2009. A lot of things happened. But the real bottom line is that, we talk about it. Why would you ever want to put somebody into a toxic mortgage? I mean, interest-only loans are not for everyday run-of-the-mill Main Street. It's not. Interest-only loans are for people that understand that they're going to go ahead and it's a minimum payment, but they're going to add on every single month.
All about protecting the borrower now.
Okay. It's about setting the borrower up for success. And you can't do negative amortizing loans. We talk about that all the time. As a matter of fact, I'd like to do more 15-year fixed loans, and there's an article in the paper that says people should do more 30-year fixed. I can't figure it out.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about that then. 248-539-9797.
Detroit Tigers baseball. One more reason when you think of sports, you think of Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket. It's time to come to your senses this summer with NASCAR at Michigan International Speedway. There's so much to hear.
Junior to the lead. Junior by 4.
There's so much to see.
Casey Kane is hard at the wall.
You can feel it.
Start your engine!
Come to your senses at the fastest track in NASCAR, Summerfast at Michigan International Speedway. Don't miss the Pure Michigan 400 on August 17th. Visit mispeedway.com or call 800-354-1010.
Lots of people lately have been asking me, what's the easiest way to pay my energy bills? Luckily, we have Edith here from DTE to tell us all about it. Edith, how you doing?
Hey, DTE Energy has many billing and payment options to make bill paying more convenient for our customers.
That's fantastic.
Absolutely. We have automatic bill payment. It makes it easy for you to pay your bill every month. The payment is automatically withdrawn from a checking account number or billed to the credit or debit card number that you provide.
Automatic payments are fantastic for people who forget things, like me. Wait, what were we talking about?
Let's talk about another option. We have what's called budget-wise billing. For the seasonal ups and downs of our Michigan weather, it levels out the playing field because you pay almost the same amount each month.
I gotta tell you, that does sound pretty convenient. What else do you have going on?
We have what's called an option for e-bill, paperless billing.
E-bill? That sounds amazing, right?
Okay.
In any event, you can pay using our automated phone system on your smartphone or online at DTEenergy.com. DTE Energy, know your own power.
If you're a Daily 4 player, the Michigan Lottery has a little message for you. Straight Back Bonus is back.
Oh, yes, it's back. Hey, it's back. Oh, yes, it's back. It's really back. So take a crack to win some dough from front to back.
Or back to front.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Back it up a bit.
What?
What's the Straight Back Bonus?
Oh, well, in case you haven't heard, the Straight Back Bonus is a fun way to reward all our Daily 4 players. You just play your usual midday or evening numbers, right?
Got it.
And if you match your straight bet in reverse, you win a bonus.
A bonus? How much?
$1,000.
$1,000? Whoa!
And you can still win $5,000 if your numbers match in exact order.
So, a chance to win $5,000 and a chance to win $1,000 bonus?
You got it.
Now you're singing my song.
Then bring it home.
Oh, yes, it's back.
It's really back.
It's really back.
Oh, yes, it's back. To be exact, I'm taking it back, and that's a fact.
Oh, yes, it's back.
Double your chance to win some cash with the Daily 4 Straight Back Bonus. Now through July 31st. Only from the Michigan Lottery.
Oh, yes, it's back.
Suburban Cadillac.
Make the choice. Experience the difference. The Suburban Collection.
If there's one thing there's never enough of, it's time. Suburban Cadillac and the Troy Motor Mall knows that when it's time for a new car, you want the experience to be relaxed, fun, and time productive. Stop by our luxury showroom today for all of the above and a good look at the 2014 Cadillac ATS 2.0 Turbo all-wheel drive. The new Cadillac Compact Luxury Sports Sedan offers push-button start, Bluetooth, and all-wheel drive. Lease ATS from Suburban for $269 a month for 36 months with no security deposit required. $3,350 down plus tax, title, plate, and first payment. GMS required with Cadillac Lease Loyalty. If you have the time, we have the cars. Suburban Cadillac, a member of the Suburban Collection, make the choice. Plus, visit the Suburban Collection showplace in Novi for great events all year long.
The Suburban Collection.
Visit SuburbanCadillac.com.
Refinance your home equity loan with Flagstar for a great rate. Visit Flagstar.com to learn more. Flagstar Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning. Drive drunk, get caught. Drive sober, or get pulled over. Tigers pull over the Royals last night 2-1. They've won 4 in a row, including 5 straight at Kauffman Stadium. They lead KC by 6.5 now in the Central, sending Rick Porcello to the mound tonight against James Shields. 7:08. No local TV, only right here on 97.1 The Ticket. Before the game, Yang Kinsler named to the All-Star team, replacing teammate Victor Martinez, who is banged up. Meanwhile, LeBron James says he is leaving Miami to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Chris Bosh agrees to a maximum deal to stay with the Miami Heat. From the 1-800 Call Sam Studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
In your radio, in your computer, and now in your pocket. Push, click, and listen.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's a Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. You can reach us all day long, all week long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Also, we love those emails, mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com.
Kinsler made the All-Star team?
He's in there.
There are 3 people that could call my wife that she would leave me for. Adam Scott, the golfer.
Yeah.
Kinsler, and Dennis Eckersley.
You've been going to the ballpark a lot, or she got seasons now?
No, we're not going.
So she's old school. She likes the act. Hey, before we get back to the callers, guys, on a serious note, we lost an icon in the mortgage, real estate, and title business in Bernie Youngblood. Bernie was a guy that I've known for almost 20 years. A young man of 68 years old, passed away suddenly last weekend. And this guy was a gentleman. He was the most responsive and the best-known guy in the title industry at Title I Title Company, and president, co-founder of Title I. And, sad news, when you lose somebody of Bernie's magnitude, it really affects you. He was a mentor to many. He was, the best way you can describe Bernie is he was a gentleman. Bernie was a gentleman that took care of business, got business done. There were no excuses, and he took care of everybody. And our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to his family, the Title I family, and anybody who came across Bernie. He touched your heart, and he was the perfect gentleman. So
yeah, well said, Harry. No doubt about that. And I know a lot of people in the industry, and I would put him at the top of all the people I've met over 23 years I've been in this mortgage.
Yeah, he's definitely an all-star. And again, our Takani, his wife, and his sons. The whole Title I family, and anybody who knew Bernie Youngblood, we send our heartfelt condolences.
He's a very, very good dude, man.
248-539-9797. You got to tune to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Again, we want you to call us all week long. Learn how to buy a house. Learn about the process, and we're going to take some calls here. Let's keep rolling with Joe out there in Redford. Hey, good morning, Joe. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Joe?
I got a house that was left to us by my in-laws. And it's nice. It's an older home, but it's a nice home on a nice lake, Oakland Lake, out in northern Oakland County. And we fixed it up, rented it out. It's got a pretty steady income on that right now. But like I say, it's an older house, like pre-war built.
Which war?
Second World War.
Okay, got it.
We found old title work up in the attic from the late 1800s when the property was first developed.
Right,
that's cool. Well, this is starting to sound like a knockdown. I'm a lake guy, and I'm loving it, but keep going.
That's what I'm wondering. The wife wants to sell it. Yeah. I'd like to keep it for income, if not get a good price for it. But I know if we sold it, what they're going to do is just come in here, scrape the lid off it, and put a $225 million house up.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
And
well,
I'm wondering.
Yeah, it all depends on your situation.
It's worth rebuilding and just renting it out, or
lake property. Lake property. They're not making any more lakes. Okay, so I think lake property. You really have to take a look at. What are your needs? I mean, what do you need going forward? Do you have, are there economic needs that you have, or do you want to keep it around in your family for many, many years? You have to kind of sit down and address if you want to sell it, and somebody's probably going to do that, like you said, or you keep it for a family cottage, or maybe you do it. Maybe you build it.
I don't know. I got no idea where to go from. I don't know exactly what it's worth. I don't want to sell it and them try to give me a price for a blank piece of land.
Joe,
because knowing what they're going to
I'm with you, Joe. Same page, man.
Or should I invest money and fix it up?
Let me do this, man. I'm going to defer this to my buddies Dan Dubensky and Josh Taylor from Scout Real Estate in downtown Royal Oak. I'm going to have them give you a call. They're going to know more about that market and what the pros and cons are of renting it out or building or knocking it down or selling it, whatever. They're going to be able to give you a market analysis of what you can do. I've got your number. Let me have them give you a call after the show. Is that cool?
What time?
10, we'll have them give you a call, Joe.
10:15.
Hey, Joe, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. Again,
thanks, Joe. You got it, man.
It's a great call. Again, he needs advice. He needs professional people. The best we can do is set him up with all these professional people.
It's like Kerr said, they're not making more lakes. And if he can sell that house and make a bunch of money, awesome. If he can rent it out and have a steady income stream coming through, awesome. But it's something that he needs a professional to take care of.
Exactly. Right. My fear is that he's going to try to take on a project that he's ill-equipped to take on.
Oh, yeah.
And then he'll start throwing good money after bad money. The good news is, I don't know Oakland Lake, but if it's an all-sports lake.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's awesome.
It's a huge lake.
Oh, it's great.
Why wouldn't you want it? So I think we have to set him up with a team that's going to make him successful.
Yeah, I'll just guys call him.
How much are you netting from of your rental now, right? How much can you get? How much can you put away? Are you close to retirement? Do you still like to go out there and throw the fishing pole around? 248-539-9797. There's a lot of intricacies of every transaction. Everyone's got something different going on. How about you, Bill in Southfield? What's going on? Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning, my man.
Good. I'm in a good situation where I'm moving forward and I'm building a new house in Novi.
Awesome.
I'm putting 20% down on a $400,000 house, so a lot of my cash is pretty much going to be tied up on this down payment. With a new construction, you still have sods, sprinklers, gutters, just random stuff to kind of get the house up and going. And I want to know how soon after we close on this house will I be able to refi and pull some equity out so that I could do some improvements. The appraisal came back already at $450, and we're locked in at $420. That was from last year. So I'm guessing now the market's a lot better, so there's got to be some equity in there, right?
Yeah, but you can't. It's not. Unfortunately, it's not quite that easy anymore. Why didn't you do all that stuff initially? The sod and the sprinklers and all the stuff you mentioned.
Can you build it into the purchase price?
Yeah, I didn't want to roll into my payment because I didn't think it was going to be that much more. I'm not looking to go and take out everything I put in there, but just like $10,000-$15,000 out of the 20% that I put down.
But a refinance, you're rolling into the payment anyway.
On a much longer term, right? I don't want to refi. I just want to get a line of credit, Bill, when you're equity loan.
All right, when you close out on the house, you definitely can go get a home equity loan. And then a lot of families will come back to us a year later and then add those two loans together into one new payment.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lower payment and it's going to be a fixed rate term, where an equity loan often is a variable rate.
Yeah, it might work out for you at the beginning, though, but you got to be careful. We see so many families getting home equity loans for their new construction projects for just that all of a sudden the landscape turns on to finishing the walkout basement or finishing the basement. You're up to $50,000, $60,000. It's your call, but you can definitely, at this point, you can put less money down on the house and finish it, right? When you get a mortgage, you don't need 20% down. So, again, the builder might require that, but at the end of the day, if you can get a mortgage at 10% down, you can go ahead and use that to go ahead and, you avoid that second lien. That's the key. Just make a few decisions. We'll call you after the show. Go ahead. You sound like you got one more question on that.
I was going to say, well, if I don't put the 20% down, then don't I have to pay
PMI?
There's three different ways to avoid PMI. You could do a lender-paid PMI, take a slightly higher interest rate. You could do the upfront finance PMI, or you could do the old-fashioned PMI, because it's very likely that you're going to refinance this loan a year or two down the road anyways. It sounds like you're going to need some extra money to get a home equity loan, and you'll come back and hopefully we can refinance and add the whole loan all into one payment for you. You've done the right thing. You bought a new construction home. It's gone up in value. Sounds great.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Again, a lot of things to know when you're purchasing a house. Save yourself some money to do those other projects.
And this brings in the question right now. I had a call yesterday from a client. People are looking at interest-only loans and variable rate loans, ARMs, right now, which to me I don't understand, because rates are at historic lows. Interest-only and variable rate loans aren't for people. They're not for mainstream America, because mainstream America generally doesn't prepay every month or on an annual basis their mortgage. They just make the minimum monthly payment. Why in the world would you take out an ARM right now? I know people are going to say, well, there's savings up front. Well, if you plan on being in a property for a long period of time, With interest rates as low as they are now on fixed rates, I'm a conservative individual. I admit it, okay? I want to know what my payment's going to be every month, every year for the next 15 years.
Lots of PMI options. There's so much to talk about in the mortgage world still. 248-539-9797. We got Susan out in Howell. Good morning, Susan. It sounds like you got a HARP question. Go ahead, Susan.
I do have a question.
What's up?
I
Hi,
needed
Susan.
to figure out how to refinance my home because, unfortunately, I am in a variable interest rate right now, a balloon payment.
Okay.
Okay.
And I've tried calling other, banks like even Quicken Loans where they advertise their HARP program, and they always tell me that they can't help me because mine isn't like an FHA. It's not federally funded.
The Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, yeah.
Couple of questions, Susan.
Yeah.
What's the balance on the mortgage right now?
147.
Okay, Susan, I got to go to a break. We hang tight. I'll be 2 minutes. I'll be right back, okay?
All right,
Hang
keep
tight,
it there. 248-539-9797. All your calls when we come back.
You've been hearing the ads, you've seen the billboards, and now is your time to hire the #1 real estate team in the state of Michigan. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. So far this year, we've sold more homes than any other agent. And what does hiring the #1 real estate team in the state mean for you? It means you'll get over 98% of your asking price and will get your home sold in an average of 23 days.
Hi, my name's Brian Berryman. I'm from Bloomfield Hills. Heard Jeff's ads on the radio. I was having a hard time selling my house in Royal Oak, so I gave him a call. He took a complicated process, made it extremely easy, paid attention to detail, said I'd have my house sold in 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, house is sold. Working with Jeff has been a fantastic experience. I'd recommend working with him to anybody.
Call Jeff Glover today at 855-JEFF-SELLS. Whether your home is in Novi, Shelby Township, Brighton, Birmingham, Clarkston, or Ann Arbor, Jeff Glover will get it sold. Call Jeff at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at 855jeffsells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A house sold name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
This Sunday on Showtime.
What kind of a man do you want to be? A man who loves, forgives?
You go near my family again, I'll kill you.
A good man feels bad when he does something wrong.
Golden Globe nominee Liev Schreiber.
The head of the FBI wants to see you.
And Golden Globe winner John Voight return.
If this goes wrong for me, I'll spill.
Keep your mouth shut, you hear me?
Ray Donovan. Season premieres Sunday at 9, 8 Central. Only on Showtime and Showtime Anytime. It's the Jeep Summer Clearance Event, so answer the call of the wild in a Jeep Cherokee. Not that your ride is going to be a rough one with the Cherokee's advanced 9-speed automatic transmission. If you do choose the path of most resistance, go confidently knowing it was named the 2013 IIHS Top Safety Pick. In fact, all you have to worry about is which station to listen to on available Sirius XM. So get lost and wander the woods while the summer's still here in a Jeep Cherokee. Come in and get a great deal at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. Well-qualified employee lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2014 Jeep Cherokee Sport front-wheel drive for $257 a month for 36 months with $257 due at signing. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for lease details. Requires dealer contribution. Lease to Chrysler Capital. 25-cent charge for each mile over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/4. Jeep is a registered trademark of Chrysler Group, LLC.
Calling all high school students. This is an opportunity you cannot afford to miss. Save time and money and jumpstart your college education with Wayne County Community College District's dual enrollment programs.
Dual enrollment is an opportunity for high school students to be dually enrolled in both high school and college.
You get college credit.
Participating in the dual enrollment, it just gave me more confidence just to get the idea, of what college would be like.
It helped. High school students can start taking dual enrollment courses in their freshman year and with more than 90 programs to choose from, including allied healthcare, IT, and general studies. Dual enrollment is the perfect way to get a leg up on your college education. Students can take courses online, at their high school, or at one of 5 WCCCD campuses. So why wait?
Take the class.
Don't wait. Take advantage of dual enrollment today at WCCCD.edu and rev it up.
WCCCD, where learning leads to a better life.
I like my breakfast like I like my rock. Soft,
So I eat Belvita soft-baked breakfast biscuits, a tasty breakfast option for nutritious morning energy. It's just what I want before writing a flute solo that will softly rock every dentist's office around. Try Belvita soft-baked in oats and chocolate, cinnamon, mixed berry, and banana bread. Belvita, mourn and win.
The all-new 2015 Chrysler 200 Blind Date Experience is here. This isn't a blind date like go out with someone you don't even know. This is come in and test drive the 2015 Chrysler 200 and pick your ultimate blind date experience. Kind of blind date. You pick from a list of experiences. And when you get there, you'll find out how ultimate the blind date is. You can skate with the Red Wing and Joe Louis. Or meet your favorite band. What if Mike Valeni helped you put together the ultimate fantasy football team? All you have to do is test drive the all-new 2015 Chrysler 200, America's import, and you're in. Find out how at 971theticket.com/blind dates. Limited time only.
Some complain. We explain.
97.1
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast again until 10 o'clock. It's a Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Again, we always take your calls here live in the studio. 248.
Is that a little rush?
539-9797. July 12th. Beautiful day outside. Get out there. Get that approval letter, definitely from Capital Mortgage. Find out what you can do to save money on your refinance transaction. Had some great transactions. Actually closed a loan in like 15 business days the other day. Piece of cake. In other words, if you get your documents together, loans can get done easily. If you've got things going on,
I'm gonna write that down, Harvey.
Yeah, it's funny because you'll have 25% of the clients have their ducks in a row, and then the other 75 learn what it takes to get a mortgage done. Call Capital and make it easy for you.
Hey, but that's our job. That's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do.
Make our life easy.
Can't get a loan on the internet, man. You got to go to a real person.
Exactly.
Shout out to Deez. Deez, you listen out there, buddy?
The internet stories are endless. Please stay away from that nonsense. These out-of-state lenders that are crazy. These loans.
Do you know what
close.
I use the internet for?
I know what you use it for.
I promise it's not for looking for lowest mortgage rates.
Exactly. Susan out in Howell. Good morning. What's going on? You're back on the show.
Hi, Susan.
Good morning.
Sorry, we had to go to a break. We apologize.
That's okay.
Susan, Alex was asking right when we went to the break is, what's your balance on the house?
147.
And what's it worth?
That's the thing. When the recession hit, everything went.
Well, we all know that. We know that.
Under, so it's probably, for my last thing, it's about 130.
You're calling from Howell?
Yeah.
You live right there by Tomato Brothers?
Yep.
Yeah. You have those chicken wings? They got good chicken wings
we
out
were
there.
just there last night. It was great.
Yeah, my buddy owns that's a great restaurant. So anyway,
Yeah.
back to your deal. So you owe 147. It's worth 130. It's a balloon that's coming due, correct? Is that what you said? It's a balloon. It's not an adjustable rate. You actually owe the money when it's up, when the term's up, correct?
Right.
So here's the scoop. I'm going to give you the name of an attorney off the air that's going to help negotiate that note for you. You're not going to owe the money. They're not going to call that note due. He's actually helped a bunch of our clients and a bunch of our listeners, and he can take care of it for you. If you're underwater and it's not backed by Fannie or Freddie, you're kind of stuck, unfortunately, but you're not going to lose the house.
And it's not an FHA loan, Susan?
No, that's what we're trying to get into is more of a fixed rate. We don't want to take money out. We just want to have
just want to get out of the adjustable.
a lower interest rate and fixed.
Yeah, Susan, there's a lot of action going on that mortgage. Let me call after the show. I'll put you in touch with an attorney, and we'll get you taken care of. Don't worry about it. Don't lose one bit of sleep about it. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
So give me about 20 minutes. I'll call right after the show.
Thanks for the call. Continuing, 248.
No problem.
Cool.
Thank you. 248-539-9797. I've got Anthony out there in Commerce. Anthony, I love your question. You got an FHA loan now, right?
I do. I bought a foreclosed home just about 2 years ago, and I put down a little over 3%. I'm stuck at probably about $250 a month on PMI insurance. I got a great interest rate at 3.25, and just want to see what I can do to get rid of that PMI. I've heard it's not possible, but
it's not because it's called, it's MIP. You got an FHA loan. Again, MIP, mortgage insurance premium on all FHA loans. It doesn't go away unless you refinance out of it. Right. Our $1 million question, that house is worth a lot more money than you owe on it, right?
Yeah, I owe about $300,000 on it. I'm probably about $360 right now.
You owe $300,000
on an FHA.
What was the second part of that? It's worth $360.
I'm guessing somewhere around 360. I refinanced it about 6 months after I first got it into another FHA. Value went up about $20,000 in 1 year.
Was there an old foreclosure or bankruptcy, anything?
It was a foreclosure.
It was a foreclosure.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. You had a foreclosure, or the house you bought was foreclosed on?
The house I bought was foreclosed.
Have you had a foreclosure or anything, or no?
No.
So why did you go FHA?
For the down payment, couldn't reach that 20%.
See,
so
Anthony, this is what sucks, man. And I hate some of these stupid mortgage guys. You probably shouldn't have gone FHA. You could have gone 5% down, conventional, no PMI, and we wouldn't have this issue right now. Let me call after the show. We got to look at the value of the house, your current balance, your credit. There's definitely a way to dump that PMI. I mean, if you owe $297.5, which was the max FHA limit when you bought that house a couple years ago, and it's worth $360 now, there's definitely options to dump the PMI. 100%, man.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So give me like 20 minutes. I'll call you right after the show.
Thanks for the call. That's a good one.
Cool. Thanks, man.
I'll take 100 of you, Anthony. That's for sure. 248-539-9797. If you currently have an FHA mortgage that you've gotten in the last 4 or 5 years, yeah, you definitely probably have some built-in equity now. And again, as you mentioned, Alex, so often, if you didn't have a foreclosure or some bad bankruptcy recently, if there's something not holding you back from getting a conventional mortgage, we'll flip you to a conventional mortgage and get rid of that MIP. It's very expensive.
Right, and there's every line's lit up on the phone. Guys, if we don't get to your call, you can email us at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com because we're never going to get all this calls.
Let's try Brian out there in Lake Orion. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
How you doing?
Good morning, Brian.
Having a hard time finding anybody to refinance a log home. I've called numerous lenders, and they don't want to deal with it. It's a unique situation. No comp scenario.
We might have some calls for you. We might have a number or two for you. That's a tough one, definitely.
Yeah, it is.
Hard to find the comparable sales.
But you said the key word. There have to be comparables in the area. You got to comp it off of other log homes.
These log homes are beautiful. Where's yours at?
Lake Orion.
Oh, it is in Lake Orion, too. It's right here. All right, yeah. I mean, obviously, there's more of them up north.
Just trying to get the payment down, more feasible. And I've talked to several of them, and they don't want to deal with it. And basically, they all tell me to just sell the house. You're not going to find anybody.
Well, you don't sell the house. I'll find you a number.
I've even called Northern Michigan log home lenders, and they're the same way. They're without comp scenario. They can't do anything. So I really don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's a tougher property. Well, we can check it out, maybe give you some suggestions. We might have a suggestion or two for you.
Hey, Brian, just curious, what's your interest rate?
It's my fiance's house. Actually, it's 5.4.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I mean, definitely could get lower if it was more of a conforming style home. But hey, we'll follow up with you. Let's see if we can dig a number out somewhere and find someone to get that done. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Brian.
248-539-9797. I'm going to try Steve out in Highland. Good morning, Steve. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Thanks for taking my call, guys. I have an FHA loan with 5 3/8, and I was wondering what kind of avenue I could take for maybe lowering that, if at all, because the house is underwater, obviously, from when I bought it.
Steve, here's the cool thing, man. With an FHA mortgage, you don't even need an appraisal. So the house could be worth $10,000, and I can do what's called an FHA streamline and lower that rate for you. It's a very, very simple transaction.
It might even be minimal cost on that, if nothing at all, down in the low 4s. So, yeah, it sounds like we can save you at least 1% on that loan, Steve.
That sounds good.
Give me like 20 minutes, and I'll call right after the show, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Steve. See you, man.
And if it's 40 minutes, we will definitely get back with you either way.
I will call you guys back. I'd say 20 minutes. I will get back to you today, I promise.
You're not calling all these great calls, though. We've had some good ones, definitely.
Well, you're going to call him, right, Harv?
I'm going to call him. I'm going to get in touch with him. Hey, Brian out there in Grand Blanc. What's going on in Grand Blanc?
Hey, yeah, I'm trying to refinance my home right now, and we called our current mortgage company, and they offered us the HARP refinance program.
Yeah.
And when we checked into the 15 and the 20 year, we're actually paying more on the 15-year, but we're only saving about $70 a month on the current one, which is 20 years.
Okay.
And we also called our credit union. The credit union said they wouldn't even touch it because we're about even right now on the balance of the home and what the home is worth.
They're worthless, so don't call them.
I guess I'm wondering if you guys have any other options for me.
So you're on FHA now? Is that what you said, or no?
No, he's got
it's not FHA.
It's a conventional deal, and you're on a 20-year fixed currently, correct?
Correct.
And you want to go to a 15-year?
Yeah, we want to go to a 15-year, and I really all of our friends are telling us they went to a 15-year, and they actually are saving money still. They're, anywhere between $100 and $200 a month.
Even if you go to a 15-year, I mean, if you cut 60 payments off, you're going to save money. Brian, let me give it. We're out of time. Let me call after the show, and I'll take care of you, man. No worries.
What a great show this morning,
All right, a lot of good calls this morning.
Awesome.
We're going to follow up with everybody. Again, if you didn't get through, call Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We see Pat Caputo coming up next. Sports, social commentary. Again, we'll see you next Saturday on the Hardcore Mortgage Show.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Pickup trucks and summertime. They go together like hot dogs and baseball. Make sure your summer lives up to your expectations with the new Ram 1500 Crew Cab from Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge. During the summer clearance event, lease one for $129 a month for 24 months with $984 due at signing. At Galliana's, Dodge and Ram are all they've done for over 50 years. Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge. Easy to get to on Van Dyke, just a half mile north of 696. Online at VanDykeDodge.com.
All right, Joe. Go ahead and read your essay for the class. Oh, that's a big essay.
What I did this summer. My trip to Cedar Point. Chapter 1. The new pipe screen. The first 30 seconds.
Joe, how long is this going to be?
It's a trilogy, ma'am.
Cedar Point's record-breaking coasters and family rides make it the best amusement park in the world and the most memorable trip of any summer vacation.
For a limited time, save $10 and enjoy free soft drinks all day with a Ride or Refresh ticket only at cedarpoint.com.
In 1952, heart doctors at Harper Hospital in Detroit made history, performing the world's first successful heart bypass operation. In 2014, DMC cardiologists will make history again, opening the first new hospital built in Detroit in a generation.